Hyundai's forthcoming, second-age Veloster hatchback discovered wearing the minimum cover we've seen yet. Truth be told, this specific red Veloster, all spiffed up with a differentiating shine dark rooftop, dark wheels, and a full supplement of addenda, gives off an impression of being wearing no obvious disguise at all for its late-night photograph shoot. So what you see is basically what Hyundai will offer once the new Veloster advances into showrooms. While the better points of interest of Hyundai's loco, haunchy bring forth are somewhat hard to make out, its inside position tailpipes and diffuser-style raised guard propose that this specific auto is a turbo. That model will never again be the big enchilada variant, rather being situated between the base auto and a zestier new Veloster in display in an extended, 3-show lineup.As we've detailed already. The Veloster's hilter kilter entryway plan, with one on the left and two on the right, returns for Gen 2, however a portion of the weirdo styling of the front sash has been streamlined and honed and by and large made more standard. In fact, the grille, front light treatment nearly takes after that of the Passage Center RS, which by chance, ought to be one of the N's prime rivals. Could Hyundai quit fooling around about execution this time? The current Veloster hasn't matured well, and with Honda's municipal game, City C, and City Compose or setting the game smaller section absolutely ablaze this year, procuring Honda 10 best autos grant for doing as such, a first-rate new form could enable Hyundai to make advances with this powerful arrangement of clients. What's more, with 3 levels of execution, the Veloster ought to have impressively more extensive interest than some time recently, particularly if Hyundai gives the Veloster in some genuine teeth. The hefty bones of the 2018 Hyundai Elantra GT will give the underpinnings to the new Veloster, so expect more space between the front and back axles and in addition a slight increment in width. The torsion-bar raised suspension of the standard Elantra GT could advance toward base autos, however it's conceivable that all Velosters may ride on completely autonomous suspensions, as does the Elantra GT Game. Try not to search for the Veloster Turbo to get the versatile dampers anticipated that would be offered on the Veloster N, yet the Turbo is sure to have a sportier tune than the base auto. In the event that the Elantra GT and GT Game models are anything to go on, the Velosters ought to be in any event to some degree engaging from a taking care of stance, in spite of the fact that we trust that they are somewhat less uproarious at cruising speeds than those cars.Given that the Veloster shares its fundamental underpinnings with the previously mentioned Elantra GT. We expect that the new turbo will utilize the same turbocharged 1.6-liter 4-chamber as the Elantra GT Game, in which it produces 201 pull and 195 pounds-to-foot of torque. As sometime recently, it will have front-wheel drive and is probably going to keep being offered with a decision of 6-speed manual or 7-speed double-grip program transmissions.Base models will probably utilize the same 2.0-liter inline-four that is entrusted with controlling the Elantra GT to the tune of 161 strength and 150 pounds-to-foot of torque, while the N will probably produce something much the same as the 271 pull and 260 pounds-to-foot of torque of the not-for-U.S Hyundai i30 N.The evening time photograph shoot where we discovered this Veloster rushing back and forth was in all likelihood for the generation of advertising materials, which shows that Hyundai is just about prepared to authoritatively lift the Veloster's cover. It's plausible we'll see it this month at the Detroit Car Expo, if not there, at that point at the Chicago Car Expo in February, which Hyundai has utilized for before Veloster uncovers. Costs will most likely check in close to the present costs for the 2017 model. The 2018 model year has been skipped, which are $18,895 for the base auto and $23,485 for the turbo. Figure another $3,000 or $4,000 to advance into a N. We'd be astounded if the Veloster isn't in dealerships by spring.